Hello, this is Crystal Cotton. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I help spiritual seekers find their way through the murkiness of spirituality and grant themselves permission to think freely. Today, we're going to talk about mental street credit, what it is, how to create it, and why it could be stopping you from achieving your most important and special passions and goals with your life. So the first thing I want to talk about is what is mental street credit and why have I come to this point? So in the last week or two, I have had some great successes, some things that went really, really well in my life and in my business. But also at the same time, I have had moments of extreme feelings of just low self-esteem and unworthiness. And I was just thinking to myself, like, why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel like I'm not, I'm not worthy of certain things? Why do I experience that? And then I remembered that the mind is a very interesting partner in my journey to success. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is kind of the perspective of the mind and why this could be holding you back. So the mind is kind of it reminds me of when I first learned to drive. I was really excited. I wanted to go on the freeway. I wanted to go on the expressway and be able to drive really fast. But my dad was like, no. You stay on the surface streets. And so I did that for a little while, but then I was like, I'm not staying on the surface streets. Why should I go on the surface streets when there is a perfectly good freeway over there and I can be where I'm going in like a fraction of the time I'm going on the freeway, right? So I'm thinking, I'm all excited. I'm like, I wasn't that defiant. Actually, it was more kind of like, okay, I think I'm gonna go on the freeway today. Yay, that'll be fun. So I went on the freeway. I was all excited. I drove to school. I drove home, and then I called my dad. I was like, Dad, guess what? I went on the freeway today. He was like, what? Now, he read me the riot act. Why? Because I went on the freeway. And I wasn't supposed to go on the freeway. Why? Because the freeway has fast cars. It's dangerous. Things could happen. You're not ready yet. But this is what your mind does to you. This is what my mind does to me. Because the mind and the body and everything that's here to hold your spirit, okay? Because you are a spirit in a body, and this is our spiritual journey. But everything that is here, your physical body, your mind, your brain, is all for one single purpose, and that is to keep the you that is inside, the spirit, you, safe. And so when you have great success, say you're passionate about something, you have great success, and so you decide that you're going to pursue it. Doing anything different is always going to cause pain. It's always going to be a challenge. Birthing anything, a baby or a new idea, is always has challenges that are not going to be the most the easiest thing in the world to do. And your mind knows that because it has all the history. It connects into the master consciousness, and it has all the history of all the people who've ever done anything, and all of your history, and all of the times that you have failed, and all of the times that you've been hurt. And it keeps a record of that. And when you begin to branch out into your passion, and you're excited about it, and you're making things happen, and things are coming together, and it begins to look like you are going to do it, your mind is like, oh no, 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 no. Oh no, time out, time out. You can't go there. No, 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 no. You can't go there. You're not good enough. You're not qualified, and here's why. And then it goes back into your memory, into all the experiences that you've had, and all the times you've failed, into all the times that you've felt like you were less than enough. It pulls it up to the forefront of your mind. And then it says, no, I know you want this, but it's just not for you. Stay right here where it's safe, because you won't be hurt here. If you go out there, you're not ready, you're not prepared, it's going to be a problem. So you just stay right here and don't trouble yourself with that goal. And you're just like, but I want to go over there. But that's my destiny. That's my passion over there. And actually, I had a pretty good week, and I was pretty good at it too. But your mind's like, no, that was just a fluke. It's not really you. I mean, you talk to a lot of people, and they have more experience than you, and it's just not good. But that's what your mind is trained to do. So now that's what it's programmed to do. But guess who the programmer has to be? You have to own it. So I think of it kind of like with your mind that you have to earn street credit. You have to prove to your mind that you're ready and you're willing and you're worthy and you have what it takes to do the thing. You have to create street credit. So the second thing is, you might say, okay, so I have to create street credit. How exactly do I do that? Okay, well, this is what you have to do. You have to believe in yourself. You have to be able to set the mind straight. It works for you. Your mind works for you. You don't work for your mind. Your mind has a specific job for the purpose of keeping you safe. And when you redefine you being safe as you walking in your purpose, instead of you cowering down and staying secure in your comfort zone, your mind has to comply. Your mind has to be like, oh, okay, I'll see. Just like anybody else that's talking trash. When you step up and you stand in what you say you want to do, then it has to bow down and it begin to help you to do the thing you want to do. So like this week, I had a great week. I was doing something totally not related, interacting with a friend of mine, and I was just like, oh, this is wrong and that's wrong, and it's just not good enough. And I had to say, you know what? It's plenty good enough. Don't you worry about that. You're perfect just the way you are. And in any area that you don't consider you're perfect, you're on your way there. So don't worry about that. And I had to say to myself, you know what? This is my passion. This is where I'm supposed to go. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be driven this way. I wouldn't be pulled this way. It's my thing. And when you begin to affirm to yourself those things every day, do your affirmations that you say to yourself with emotion, not empty affirmations don't do a thing. I don't care what personal development you read. I don't care what book. I don't care who it is or how many millions they have. I don't care. If you don't say your emotions, if you don't really say your affirmations and really experience your emotion of being there in that place, it don't mean nothing. It's just empty words. But when you feel the emotion because you know what you're going for and you know what you're going to achieve, then now those affirmations have power. And the power that they have is they build your street credit with your mind. And once you do that, then your mind, like I said, has to comply. So my mind has to comply. But so first point, your mind is kind of like your parent. It's going to try and keep you safe. Second point, you control your mind and you develop the street credit by doing the things that reinforce for your mind that you can do it. Just like in my example about my dad. You know what? Once I started driving on a consistent basis and I was coming home and I didn't crash the car, over time, Dad was like, okay, And I assure you today, my dad doesn't have any problem with me getting on the freeway. But it came from you progressively taking steps and making strides and being confident in your ability and making it happen. Giving more information that shows and validates that you're doing it. And it's your thing. You're good at it. You have to can create that confirmation, and then you're fine. Now, the third really, really super important thing I want to share about this, and then I'm going to wrap up, is that it's part of the cycle. So in other words, you're not going to all of a sudden do your affirmations and, set your goals and do your visualization. And then now you're good and you never have that feeling of inadequacy. You never have that feeling of being a failure. You never have that feeling of not being enough. You're never going to get to a point where you never, ever have that feeling. One reason for that is because hopefully you're always going to be progressing. You're always going to be moving up. You're always going to have new opportunities and things that you're going to try. The second reason for that is it's just part of the process. And the thing that I have to do, and the thing that I encourage you to do, is as you're pursuing your passion, as you're walking and being led by your higher self on your journey to who you really are, know that there will be times. There are going to be highs and there are going to be lows. There are going to be higher highs and there are going to be lower lows. There are going to be times where you feel like a complete and utter failure. There's going to be times when you feel like you're not worthy. There's going to be times where your esteem is just like, why am I even here? But this is how you get beyond that. You have to know it's just part of the process. And it's a cycle. And for every low, a high is coming. You either left a high or a new one is coming. And that way you can stay balanced and not go off the rails. In the past, I would go off the rails. I'd just be like, oh, you know what? Maybe you're right, mine. It's just not for me. I can't do it. I quit. But now I'm like, oh, okay, got it. This is one of those down things. All right, let me go say some extra affirmations. Okay, let me go write down my visualization. Okay, let me go look at some of those pictures that I took, that I posted on Pinterest of my future life. Okay, I got this. Okay, you got it? So how do you get that mental street credit? You create it. You create it by taking action every single day in the direction of your passion, your goal. You allow your higher self to help you to know which steps to take, and then you execute and you do it. And you do it with passion, and you do it with the love for people in your heart, and you keep moving and you keep touching people and you keep sharing, and you know what? You're going to get exactly where you need to be. So anyway, that's what I want to share with you. If you like this type of content, please definitely go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And I hope this was helpful for you. Definitely share it with others if it was. And I will talk to you soon. Okay? Bye.